Pensavo di andare a dormire adesso, poi scaricare l'aggiornamento. Però tanto la base è una... Nel senso che... Nel senso che... tanto l'aggiornamento non è ancora disponibile, quindi non si può installare. Sarebbe stato disponibile qualche ora prima. Quindi dicevo prima lo installavo e poi ci vedevamo tardi. Mi svegliavo verso le 4. Però così non ha senso, nel senso che eh, dopo vado a dormire e faccio un... Andrò a dormire prima, non so neanche io, perché ho dormito tanto. Sì. Ehm, e poi devo ritrovarmi con un mio amico. Quindi la base è quella lì. Nel senso che devo ritrovarmi con sto amico qua e una chiacchierata. Niente. Per partire da... Niente. Oggi è un po' così. Se non mi addormento... Perché mi sono svegliato alle 9:30. Ho detto, oh bella. Sono sveglio. Alle 11:30. No, che cacchio. Alle 11:30 mi sveglio e dico no, no, non è possibile, non ci credo che mi sono dormito. Proprio mi è venuto male. Ma anche perché, boh, cioè, nel senso, boh, come ho detto prima, da una parte mi metterei una sveglia ogni tanto, ma dall'altra non lo so. Anche perché dipende dalla giornata. Uscissi sempre prima da lavorare, a un orario decente, sì, di la sveglia, eccetera. Ma quando esci in mattina inoltrata, la sveglia sarebbe una rottura di scatole. Dovremmo andare un po' più.
Further? But Paimon can't go another step. How about we rest here for a while?
Ehm,
It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction.
va
Let's
bene.
go. Maybe Cyno's finally found some leads.
Adesso vedi che non c'è più Cyno, panico totale. Sto pensando, chissà di quante robe c'ho di fuoco per Diluc, penso poche, perché ne ho usate un po' per il mio. Quindi lo guardo adesso, mi è venuta che curiosità immediatamente. Vabbè, questo ovviamente ne abbiamo 0, ma quello che voglio vedere è 22. Vabbè, niente, scusate, 22 e 29. No, qualcosa c'è, ma sono poche. Un pochino. 22 vuol dire che te ne puoi fare... No, poi... Allora, primi livelli lì te ne chiede 2 o 3. Perché poi c'è... Te ne toglie 6, poi 3. Buonanotte proprio. Non abbiamo le risorse per fare Diluc ancora. Dobbiamo poi farci il boss di Diluc, ma prima voglio farmi bene Fisk. Non so perché mi è preso bene, voglio farmi bene Fisk. Ecco lì.
Oh, looks like Cyno caught someone. So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tell Paimon everything you know.
Lavoro importante nell'asta, sai?
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Cyno. had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Damn.
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
Haha.
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Cyno's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
Prima si è presa bene nel ruolo da... Già quando faceva l'investigatrice privata si era presa bene. Gli avventurieri prudenti tengono sempre un occhio. Ah, ma di Arrow Village, mica, mizzica, se lo sente... Se lo scopre Candace, lo spacca di botte. Che miseria. Comunque, spacca la testa.
Dad, you're back. Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
Hello.
This is my daughter, Simin. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Cyno in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
We said the word again.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Cyno, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
What?
Why is that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Cyno. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Huh?
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
Mi sembra giusto.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Did you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. was hoping to ask you for a favor.
Vuole un favore questo? Va bene. Tutta vacanze. Faccio ospiti.
My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day by day.
Mexico.
Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
Selling canned knowledge.
Knowledge.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Cyno. Give us a way to survive.
Questa missione sembra
No.
strana.
That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
I must get to the truth.
Hmm.
I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home.
Così troviamo cose.
You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Vabbè, ci sta. Raggiungi il retro della casa. Ma sai.
Whoa! Look at all of this!
C'è pure Viola. Non mai visto Viola.
Yes, all neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Ma dopo che abbiamo bloccato sta roba non dovrebbe essere. Boh.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Una specie di marchio. Mai visto?
Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection.
Huh.
I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery.
Chissà.
The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection.
Vabbè, certo.
No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe.
Se fosse un malinteso.
Could I ask you for a favor, traveler?
Yeah.
Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia.
Allora, ha senso.
If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files.
Ah.
But, considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, it will only draw unnecessary attention.
Ha senso.
You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing! Leave it to us!
Yeah.
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside of it. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Ok. Ci sta. Speriamo che riusciamo a fare bella. La lettera di Cyno tutta tranquilla. Ah, ci stanno parlando loro due, sentiamo cosa dicono.
If you start sniffing around the academia, it won't be long before people catch on to you. And once word gets out, they'll soon be after my daughter and I.
Don't worry. I'll find them before things escalate that far. But if you still feel uneasy, then why don't you tell me about anyone else you know who was involved? The more information I have, the safer you will be.
All right.
Io lo spiego. Ok. E la lettera Mister Fantastic. Vado a è pronto il cappuccino, vado a prendermelo. Tanto.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
Sono proprio contento che ho messo il... che ho spostato il coso dell'audio, così sento di più la musica. Che bello. Sto andando al contrario. Devo teletrasportarmi forse in alto adesso. Più che altro mi è venuta in mente una cosa. Ho già fatto le missioni cacciatore di taglie. Mi sa proprio di... No. No, about no. Ma ci siamo teletrasportati qua. E qua c'è la residenza di Sua Eccellenza Minore. Mi sa che devo andare qua. Non mi ricordo mai. Ripeto, Sumero sarà già 30 volte che vado adesso. Capisco niente. In Azul è molto, molto, molto più semplice. Sumero è pasticciata Sumero. Ma un po' come Fontaine, sembra veramente pasticciata, invece infatti non so come farò. Però il brutto di Sumero che è multilivello. Anche Fontaine, ma non sembra poi così tanto multilivello. Nel senso che c'è pieno di teletrasporti a Fontaine, è molto più facile andare in giro.
Hello, we meet again.
Anche se è più grossa di Sumero, credo. C'è un teletrasporto bello, quello della statua, e ti puoi paracadutare praticamente in ogni parte di città se non riesci bene a capire dove andare. Quello ci sta.
Have you managed to find Cyno? If so, how's he doing?
Abbiamo una lettera. We have a package.
I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I never would have gotten you two involved.
Tanto siamo abituati.
It's alright. We wanted to help Cyno too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary. Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the academia.
Ah.
Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this letter from Cyno, It shouldn't be a problem.
Cerca poi.
That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded. Follow me. I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Cyno is looking for.
Quindi ancora non me la marcia sta accademia.
Repository. Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
L'idea è che l'accademia non diventerà mai brava. È pieno di farabutti. Sciattivi ricercatori. Sembra prima di gente spudorata sta accademia. Non so, non mi dà quell'idea lì. Boh.
Okay, I understand. Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions.
Ok.
But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Abbiamo già capito che l'accademia è piena di mascalzoni e non è servito a niente buttare fuori il capo matto. Il capo, come si chiama? Vabbè. Quello che abbiamo scoperto. Utaiba attiva il dispositivo, una porta segreta si apre. E tutta la gente lo osserva e scoppia una rivolta.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
Non c'è anche tu, Cyno Utaiba?
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Cyno happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well.
Quindi lavora... No, non fa più parte dell'accademia. Sei sicuro? Abbiamo fatto la missione di festeggiamenti che tornava... Era tornato come mamma. Come si chiama? Mata.
The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Ma che quick! Mi metto a leggere il resto. Tiene il racconto di un ricercatore condannato in prigione da dei documenti. Contiene il ricercatore che è stato espulso per aver studiato delle forme di vita meccanica. Però si ritengono sta roba. Ridere quello. Nonostante i ripetuti divieti dall'ultima decade, la ricerca sulla corte della desolazione si è intensificata incensamente. Mi piace proprio che i ricercatori che studiano la storia della corte attraversano 3 fasi: scoperta, indagine e fanatismo. La prima è quella più semplice, la scoperta, che causa poco 0 danni. I risultati delle scoperte mostrano che nella corte della desolazione potrebbero essere nascosti dei tesori correlati alla vita e alla morte. Da qui che deriva il mito dei morti che tornano in vita. Ho capito. Perché loro pensano che puoi rianimare i morti, ma non è vero. Tu muori e basta. Cioè, ti reincarni in un nuovo mondo. Quello sì. Quindi rivivi, però non diventi nuovo necromancer. Quindi hanno capito malissimo tutti. La documentazione guarda l'ubicazione della corte, a dir poco vaga. La conseguenza della struttura non è mai stata scoperta. Cementati. Molti ricercatori depauperanno le loro risorse. Ma che poi tesoro non è quello lì che c'era il sacerdote che ha parlato di Sua Eccellenza Maggiore, no? Non so, mi sembra di sì, ma boh. Magari c'è un altro piano, sai, c'è 100.000 piani quel posto. Molti ricercatori depauperanno le loro risorse cercando nel deserto solo per scoprire qualche stele con su scritto. L'accesso alla corte implica il costo di una vita. Questa frase è stata interpretata in due modi diversi. Alcuni credono che il costo di una vita sia la chiave per accedere alla corte, mentre altri lo ritengono requisito affinché la corte si palesi. Ok. Poiché la corte della desolazione non è mai stata scoperta, la seconda interpretazione è divenuta quella dominante. Forse la corte di desolazione non ci siamo mai stati. Di conseguenza molti ricercatori persero il senno per un breve periodo, e sopraffatti dal desiderio di far apparire la corte tentarono di sacrificare la propria vita. Oh, che sono pazzi questi. La ricerca divenne sempre più pericolosa fino a venire proibita. Ma perché vogliono che si sacrificano gli altri al posto loro? Ma ciononostante molti studiosi continuarono la ricerca in segreto. Solo quando 7 studiosi, tra cui Murtada Radkani, non vennero arrestati, che la ricerca sulla corte entrò nuovamente in un periodo di
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet?
Il nome del ricercatore mi fa...
Huh. It reminds Paimon of Cyno's former partner.
È vero.
His former partner. That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
Ah,
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
inizia.
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
Ah,
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
c'è un modo per incontrarlo?
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison.
Inizia. Sta diventando sempre più dark.
You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now.
Mi piacerebbe incontrarlo.
He used to be Cyno's only partner. Taj is also skilled with a polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
E anche abile con la lancia, quindi quando quei due partner non erano in missione si allenavano insieme. Ok. Ha senso.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position.
Ah, forse ha a che fare con... ha a che fare con l'incidente di suo figlio. Quello che pensavo anch'io. Vabbè. Finisco lo zucchero tra poco.
Taj was already very well known
Ero
by the
tutto
time Mortada
sporco.
was born.
Ok.
So when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree.
Ah, ecco. Perché si è tolto la vita, perché... insomma... resta tuo padre, insomma. Non è che sì.
Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late. He never had a last chance to see his son.
Sì. Quindi mi dà l'idea che ci sia
Since then,
qualcosa.
Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
Ah,
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, traveler?
hai detto che Taji viene all'archivio. Taji ha esaminato i documenti di Murtala.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
No?
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation.
In effetti.
There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
Ha senso.
But even so,
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death, or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back.
Può darsi.
Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Lo chiedere da qualche parte.
oh, now that I think about it, Cyno suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right?
Right?
There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Ask away. Ok. Quello che abbiamo detto adesso. Poi dice. You must wait.
Do you have any other...
Avete altre domande? No. Non sembra di no. E usciamo, non c'è più niente, giusto? Ah. Tecnicamente però sono anche loro furbi perché se le tengono queste ricerche. Possono bruciare, no? Perché non le bruciano? Non capisco quello. Potrebbero anche benissimo bruciare queste ricerche. Comunque, cosa nel muro è... boh, non riesco a capire, onestamente. Ah, è aperta su... ah, c'è di un sit, la vendetta. Vediamo il signor...
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal?
kind of.
The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Ah. Chiediamo alla signorina, sicuramente ne sarà di più. Ah no, chiediamo a Jenna. Ah, questo lo conosciamo.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Ah. Quindi informazioni alla buona. Magari li hanno pagati tutti. Non mi stupirebbe che li hanno pagati tutti per tenere la bocca chiusa.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever... No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him.
Yes.
Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Va bene. Aiuto. È scappato via. Nabi si allontana correndo. Così è
As I've already
ciappato.
told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
Boh.
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would...
Andiamo a casa, cerchiamo di
Fine.
capire.
Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Le missioni mi piace sempre di più. Dopo aver fatto quelle missioni con Faruzan e Leila, questa è molto più divertente. Non è che erano brutte, però non so. Carine, guess, sono forse la parola giusta, queste sono più avventurose come missioni. I guess, no.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Sfondiamo la porta.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
Esatto.
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
FBI, open up. Dobbiamo farlo per difendere la sua reputazione.
You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind.
Entra in casa e comincia a cercare.
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Forse se ne è già al corrente.
You're right, that's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed.
Va bene. Infatti. Spero che non devo farci una foto. Non ho molta voglia di fare una foto, ma I guess. Dovrebbe essere comunque dove eravamo prima, da quelle parti lì. Era un dungeon sottoterra. Aspettate che faccio la foto, poi veniamo. Quindi che gioca forza moto. Perché è uscito già Forza Motorsport? No, cioè va le alze su quello lì, figuriamo.
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to Cyno and see. Let's go!
Sì. La mappa che mostra.
I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
Ok. Riunisciti con Cyno. Se veramente ci dà il coso gratis dei desideri. Ci sta. Rima e Ten, chiacchiera. Dovrebbero essere quelli che vogliono diventare degli eremiti, che due bambini. Ah. Eccoci qua. Racconti a Cyno quello che è successo.
Well, Cyno, what do you make
Stavolta
of it?
la frase era quella. Perché a me piace dire racconti quello che è successo. Anche se la frase è diversa, perché la verità è quella.
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you
Quindi
think he's the one behind all this?
Qualcuno sta minacciando.
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
Però le prove sono schiaccianti ormai.
That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Let's go. Trova la corte seguendo le istruzioni della mappa. E qua. Fa ridere perché... io pensavo che la corte della desolazione era vicino a dove era cosa, cioè dove c'era la tomba di King Dashet. Che poi non abbiamo ancora capito se proprio veramente la sua tomba. I guess sì, però. Prima o poi ce lo troviamo nel deserto. Hello there. My name is King Dash. What the fuck? Non so se è sotto o sopra. Qui c'è un po' da esplorare. Adesso vedo. Che voglio. Dopo voglio andare da un mio amico. Quindi prima di andare a lavorare. Quindi, o vado a dormire alle 3:30 o alle 3. E adesso sono già le 2:30. E purtroppo oggi non c'è molto da fare. Quindi a parte queste missioni qua. Per il resto non c'è. Deve essere qua sotto, giusto? Hai sbloccato un nuovo portale. Ok. Ha un altro dungeon da esplorare. Non che mi dispiace, però non lo trovo. Ha un portale questo. Una strana associazione ha costruito questa base durante il regno di King Desert. Rider. Si narra che il segreto per far risorgere i defunti sia nascosto qua. All'ingresso si possono sentire rumori di tamburi che risuonano nelle profondità. Oh, vabbè. Era pieno di puzzle, I guess. Stavo pensando di usare un po' di resina per guidarci poi di hook per fare un po' più in fretta. Tanto ne ho 90 e passa. Però non so. Possiamo usare di buon Cyno. Non mi dispiace come personaggio, sembra buono, è un po' strano.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Sì, Cyno, mi piace prendere la lore, ma I guess non so.
Don't be scared. Rest and rebuild.
Surrender!
Con la lancia fa un male che non è. Quello sì. È un po' strano però da usare, quello sì. E non parla. Ho impressione perché hanno tolto avranno tolto le voci. Però c'è lo stesso. Sembra avere quasi la stessa voce di.
Look, these walls have definitely seen better
Giungere.
days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Bini.
Surrender!
Sembra Rosera depotenziata, non lo so. Non sembra Rosera depotenziata. Non so neanche se è la sua arma questa. Forte.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Be careful. Volevo solo vedere se era la sua arma. Chi dovrebbe essere il personaggio che equipaggia guadagna attacco. Farà il 50% della sua maestria mentale. Sì, è la sua arma. Ha 5 stelle addirittura che non. Sembra buona. Diciamo. E qua mi hanno messo Bleach. Ecco perché fa schifo che hanno messo Bleach.
Good
Beh,
deeds
si rimettono almeno una.
and bad. In the end, all will be placed upon the scales.
Lo so che non ho mancato una cesta. E se mi hanno messo glitch. E lo ci non serve un cacchio. Dovevo mettere almeno una cosa se proprio volevano potevano mettere una cosa dell'elettro. Per aumentare i danni elettro. Oddio, magari non era la cosa migliore per lui, ma il glitch non serve proprio un cacchio. Non serve proprio niente. No. No? Questi si possono rompere? No. E c'è la cosa di jongletta, magari c'è la voce di jongletta quando attacca. Wow. Cinematografico,
Hopefully
yes.
that's our way in.
Cinematografica la cosa. Beh, niente, è arrivato il messaggio che oggi devo andare a lavoro. Allora. Aspetta un attimo. Ehm,
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
ah, va bene. No, volevo vedere veramente se ci fissa. Wow. Forte. Ah. Ah, devo attivare anche il secondo? Vabbè, non fa niente. Sto guardando il telefono per lavoro. Ah, no, funziona. No, però devi aprire la scala. Ah, no, ok, non devi aprire niente. Non devo solo cadere, forse. Allora. Vediamo se troviamo qualcuno qua. Io dicevo qualcuno, non qualcosa. Allora usiamo l'ultimate. Ti fa male la miseria la sua ultimate, però devi dare anche delle cose per attivare più velocemente forse la sua ultimate. Cosa incazzi in questo? No. Ah, siamo in 3 oggi, siamo sempre in 2 di solito. Aggiungi. Eccolo. Meno male che Cyno ha detto che prima o poi lo incontreremo. Lo incontreremo. Deve essere lui forse. Vediamo. Ho visto una persona.
Tosh.
Ecco.
Ah, Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
Partner.
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me.
Why?
Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Pensavo che c'era qualcuno dietro.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
Ma da quanto ho capito, la roba qua è solo per... Vabbè, magari è un'altra cosa questa. Pensavo che King Dash aveva fatto solo il suo... il posto che abbiamo visitato l'altra volta.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek.
Sembra un'altra, eh?
I'm so close, Cyno. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Sembra una puntata di Scooby-Doo.
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Attack. Cosa sarà un duello? Devo diventare un duello.
Well played.
Mi avevo già ammazzato con gli altri, però voglio fare un duello. A parte che potevo anche non usare l'abilità elementare, visto che lui non c'ha niente, però... Cioè avrebbe avuto più senso che facevo la battaglia senza abilità elementari. Molto. Preferisco.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners.
You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list, but you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Cyno?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Aiuto, ho saltato.
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization.
Massive.
People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out.
Attenzione a distruggere la corte.
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place.
Non so, Rick. Era convinto prima.
But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The Academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the Academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the Academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise.
Sembra la voce di Connor.
Anyway,
What Connor?
this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
Vuol dire che per aprire la corte devi sacrificare la propria vita.
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. let this be the final judgment on myself.
Non riesce proprio a dimenticare il
I
passato.
was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Io avrei cercato di salvarlo e fargli cambiare idea, perché tanto il senso è quello. Però se lo riporti indietro va in prigione, quindi è la stessa cosa. Però la verità è che sinceramente avrei provato io a salvarlo.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Una roba molto giapponese. Cioè, nel senso che la maggior parte delle missioni che abbiamo incontrato prima erano un po' più alla cioè Morika, questa è molto la giapponese, lui che muore così, eccetera. Per
The Court of Desolation has...
qualche, come si dice, per qualche motivo ha senso, però per me che fosse una mentalità europeista non ha alcun senso, cioè nel senso che secondo me dovevano portarlo indietro e fargli cambiare idea, fargli di nuovo il lavaggio del cervello, che nel senso che tornavamo a fare lottare con Cyno, ma la base è che sono un po' così. Così, sparito.
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies.
Aspetta. No, una cosa molto alla giapponese. Forse è per quello anche che non guardo tanto gli anime e manga, perché magari succede una cosa del genere e penso, ma perché? Perché? Ma perché l'ha fatto? No? E poi magari per qualcun altro ha senso, ma per me non ha senso.
Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end.
Organizzazione?
To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Yeah.
Thank you, but you've already done enough.
Quindi?
Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger.
Ok.
So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
Metti. 4 giorni fai tutto. Niente, scusate, c'ho ospiti in camera. La camera tolta, sì. Aspetta 4 giorni. È da un po' che non... tanto. Puoi aspettare 2 giorni alla volta. È la prima volta che mi fa aspettare così tanto. No, forse... No, ho dovuto aspettare una settimana anche. Dentro il gioco, ovviamente. Boh. Già bene che non abbiamo aspettato una settimana. Magari è una cosa della serie... Ok, esplorare i dintorni, no? Vado così, dovrei veramente fare così. Però, essendo che in qualche modo esploriamo sempre. Allora, adesso sono i 56. Vediamo come finisce qua la storia. E poi dedichiamo mezz'ora a esplorare. Poi penso che vado a dormire. No. Vado a dormire prima. E mi sveglio presto, perché credo che mi sveglierò presto. Se non vado dal mio amico, ci vediamo di nuovo, forse, non so. Non voglio dire scemenze. Non voglio dire scemenze. C'è una probabilità del 70%, anche di più, che non mi vedete. Però se me la sento che non c'è nessuno. Cioè, fai che mi sveglio tipo alle 17, per dire. Ci vediamo ancora per un'oretta e poi vediamo. Non lo so.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
Cosa è successo negli ultimi
The
giorni?
last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end.
Mizzica. 2 persone che sventano una cosa da 300.
At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Cyno crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge and the case came to a standstill.
Persone presenti all'inizio hanno cominciato a mettere pressione verso.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list.
Tutti 300? Porca miseria. No, non erano solo 300.
Out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Cyno all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Ha fatto tutto da solo, sai?
Is Cyno alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Cyno around. By the way, are you guys here to see Cyno? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
E chi è con lui?
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell then.
Sembra che ci siamo fatti un amico nell'accademia, incredibile. Pensavo che erano tutti dei... non si può dire. Sì, sono pazzi quelli dell'accademia, lo saranno sempre, anche dopo sta cosa che abbiamo fatto. Ah, eccolo!
But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
Attenzione!
I'm aware.
Eccoli.
However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Mortada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation.
Mi sembrava.
Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant.
Ah, un altro che l'ha spinto, ma il figlio. Ah, ok, ok. Il figlio è stato spinto da qualcun altro a fare questa ricerca.
After Mortada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks. Toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will, and can help me collect more testing data.
Cyno! Tighnari!
Eccoli.
Oh, so Tighnari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Cyno?
Yeah.
That's right. Cyno asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Seamin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Cyno, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
Fa ridere perché... a parte che non mi ricordo chi è Semin. Cioè, negli eventi è la persona che spara tutte le battute del mondo.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her.
Poverina.
After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely.
Davvero?
Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge.
Forte.
So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
Va bene, con lei è
If anything
fantastica.
else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
Ciao Tainari. È stato un piacere.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
But what about you, Cyno?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time.
Sempre sta erosione del tempo.
I just hope my own
poi-
change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little
Mi dà
further.
l'idea che è una specie di wink wink, quando finiamo il gioco ci sarà veramente l'erosione del tempo. Ne parlano sempre, ne parlano gli dei, ne parlano le persone tra virgolette normali. Parlano le persone che sono importanti nella storia di sta roba del tempo. Che cacchio vuol dire?
That way.
Sembra un
Those who see me as their superior and those who are following in my footsteps
consiglio, che
will
c'è un
learn
consiglio,
courage from my
uno
example.
spoiler ogni volta. Vabbè, in questo modo chi mi considera un suo superiore, chi segue le mie armi imparerà il coraggio.
Just as I gained courage from my own superiors and my partner.
Partner. Quello che ti rende felice.
I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them.
Ci sta.
Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Che bello, che bello. Mi piace. Non riesci mai ad andare così in alto. Nel prossimo episodio direi di vocazioni. Cosa? Non mi fa parlare con Cyno, aspetta.
By the way, something strange happened a few days ago.
Cioè?
A merchant approached me and requested that I cover the cost of a desert travel kit. 1,250,000 mora. I didn't remember owing anyone mora, especially not that kind of amount. So I arrested the merchant on charges of provocation and disturbing the peace.
No! Hanno arrestato.
Do you know anything about this?
Nope. Paimon has no idea what that could be.
No, ma hanno arrestato lei? Oppure hanno preso uno dei suoi amichetti? Hanno arrestato Dori. Hanno arrestato Dori. Era di assumere nuovi mercenari. Niente interessante da queste parti. Niente. La persona del posto è stata gentilissima con me. Avendo saputo che ha realizzato delle statuette di cristallo. Vi farò vedere dove sono questi. Che ride! Hanno arrestato Dori, non ci credo! No, ma non è possibile, veramente l'hanno arrestato. Mamma. Allora, abbiamo due opzioni adesso. Cacciatore di tagli e esploriamo. Non lo so. Perché non c'ho voglia domani di farmi tutta sta bellezza. Però non ho voglia neanche di farlo adesso. Lo rimanderei a domani, però insomma, ce lo facciamo a metà, semmai facciamo così. Andiamo qua. No, dove cavolo è? Abbiamo una nuova missione qua. Molto banzero aveva pensato. Cos'è un cutscene qua? Prego, no. Ok. Voglio solo vedere qua sotto. Hello! Aiuto. E riusciamo a fare... Questo non lo faccio. Faccio questo. Mi porti 5 mele. Mi distruggi gli eremiti. Mi distruggi i micronoidi. Mi piacerebbe leggermente esplorare un pochettino. Oh, boh. una probabilità che non ci torniamo. Allora facciamo così, vado a dormire adesso, so che è 3:10, faccio solo sta missione qua, dopo mi sveglio alle 17 e bel cielo, wow. E continuiamo un pochettino mentre aspetto il mio amico che fa una videochiamata, che fa la videochiamata. Va bene? Tanto dovremmo 17 e mezza, perché ne so. E giochiamo poi di nuovo un po'. Se ho voglia, se non ho voglia. Sono uno stupido, ma non fa niente. Ma okay. Yeah, bello. Anzi, esiste. Sì. Sta succedendo più avanti, ma non me ne frega. Andiamo a Sumero, andiamo qua. E vado a dormire. Ci vediamo più o meno verso le 17 e mezza. Niente. Poi mi sveglio alle 17. Eh sì, mi sveglio alle 17 e mezza più o meno. Non lo so. Poi streamiamo per mezz'oretta o barra aspetto finché il mio amico non viene praticamente. Bene. E tanto faccio così. Ci sta, alla fine ci sta. Vabbè, ciao ragazzi. Ciao ciao ciao. A dopo domani, non so. Anche perché adesso poi c'è da fare l'aggiornamento di Genshin. Boh. Vediamo poi cosa succede. Magari ci vediamo veramente domani. Non so. Ciao ciao ciao.